So hello friends, once again I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So previously we have seen how we have created a build pipeline of React.js application and published our artifacts. So now we will see further how to take that artifact and create a release pipeline and deploy it to an Azure app service. So before moving ahead, I request you all to like and subscribe my channel. First we will see today's agenda. We will see what is service connection. Then we will see Azure Web Apps. At last, we will see deployment of React application in release pipelines. Service connection. So service connections in Azure DevOps are used to connect to external services and platforms such as Azure subscriptions, GitHub repositories, Docker registries, and many more. They allow your pipeline and releases to interact with and deploy to these external services. So this is how we are going to create a service connection between our Azure DevOps and Microsoft Azure. You can see in the diagram, in left side we have Azure DevOps and in right side we have Microsoft Azure, and in between there is service connection, which is a communication or a bridge between Azure DevOps and Microsoft Azure so that Azure DevOps can communicate with Microsoft Azure. So we will see service connection in action right now. So team, I am in my Azure DevOps org. Now to create a service connection, first you have to create your Microsoft Azure account. So I have already created a Microsoft Azure account. I will be using that. For service connection, you have to go into project settings. Then in left panel you can see there is service connection. You have to click here. You have to create your first service connection. Click on this. You can use Docker, GitHub, Jenkins, or you can integrate any third-party application to your Azure DevOps. We are using Azure, so we will use Azure Resource Manager, also called as ARM. Click on next. So these many options are here. We can give our service connection details manually, or we can just take it automatically by clicking it here. Click on next. You can see it is loading my Azure subscriptions. So you can see guys, my subscriptions are listed here. This is my default subscription, so I have selected this one. We have to select a resource group. I will select lab 1. We have to give service connection name. Name can be anything. Azure SVC I will give. You can give a description if you want. We have to click grant access to all pipelines. Just save it. And you can see our connection has been setting up. So now our service connection has been created. Let's move ahead. Now we will see what is Azure Web App and how to create it in Azure. So first we will see the definition. So Azure Web App refers to a service provided by Microsoft Azure, a cloud computing platform. Azure Web Apps, now part of Azure App Service, is a fully managed platform for building, deploying and scaling applications. It supports multiple languages and frameworks including .NET, Java, Node.js, Python and PHP. So it is like a ready-made cloud computing platform which can host your applications very easily. Just you have to release your code or your artifacts to Azure Web App and your site is online and ready to use. So you can see we will follow this strategy now to deploying of our application from release pipeline to app service. So the first 3 steps we have covered in our previous video. Now we will see how we can take our artifacts, move it to release pipeline and then publish it to an app service. Let's move ahead. Now we will create an web app or app service in Azure. So now we will create app service. Click on create web app. We have to select our subscription resource group. I'm selecting my existing one. App service unique name React app 1 2 3 4. Publish will be code. Okay, it is not available, so app service name should be unique. I think this is available. Now we have to select published type can be code or Docker container or static web app. As of now we are using code. We will select runtime stack. So our app is of Node.js based, so we will select Node 18. You can select a version according to your project. Operating system, I will select Windows. You can select Linux also. Region is fine for me. So pricing is free. That's good for me. Now I will skip all these specification. I will just click on create and I will create it. So you can see our app service is being created. So our deployment is in progress. So this is our app service. You can click on browse and see your web app is running and waiting for the content. Now we will see how we are going to deploy our React application in Azure release pipelines. So once again, I am in my Azure DevOps account. Previously, we have seen how we have created our build pipeline and published our artifacts to pipeline. So you can see this is our container and these are our artifacts that we are going to use in our release pipeline. So we will go to releases and you can see it is saying so no release pipelines found. We will create a new release pipeline. Click on new pipeline. It is saying to select a template, but before this we have to do some configurations. This is the structure of release pipeline. You can give your name to your release pipeline. React app release pipeline. Now in pipeline section, you can see you have to add artifacts in your first stage. So you can click on add an artifact. You can select your artifact from these many services, but for this project we are selecting our artifact from build pipeline. If you click on build, we will select our project and then the pipeline name. This is our pipeline. We will select this and you can see it is saying which version you want of your artifact. We will select latest, click on add, and you can see our artifact has been added. Then we have to add stages to complete our release pipeline. We will click on add a stage. We can select any predefined template or we can select an empty job and create our own template. So we can change the name of stage, deployment. I will rename it to deployment. Next, we can click on view stages and tasks and you can see these many options I am getting. So in deployment it is saying the name of my stage. Then click here and you will get the configuration of your agent or your build machine in which your background task will be executed. You can see it is saying display name and you can see here we are selecting our build agent. So we can select our self-hosted agent or Azure Pipelines agents. As of now we are selecting Azure Pipelines agent and we can give specification of our build agent. We will select Ubuntu latest as our build agent. Now we will add one more job and in the panel we can see we are getting this many options. We have to deploy our artifact to an Azure web app, so we will select Azure App Service Deployment. Click on this and you can see Azure App Service Deploy. we have to do some configuration in this task. So display name, we can change it or we can leave it as it. Connection type is Azure Resource Manager. It is correct. We have to select Azure subscription. Then we have to select app service type. Mine is web app on Windows. It is good for me. Now we have to select the app service name. So this is my app service name. Now we have to select our artifact folder. Click here and we have to select this drop container. So I've already selected this. So now just click on save and create release. As you can see, release 4 has been created. Click on this. You can see our deployment is queued. Now it will start. It is in progress. You can see logs also. Click on this. So agent is running our job. It is downloading artifact from build pipeline, and now it is deploying our artifact to app service. It will take a while. And now you can see our job has been completed and our release pipeline has been succeeded. Now you can go to your web app and check our application is hosted or not. So this is my application. I will click on this and I may click on browse. Make sure your app service is running. And you can see our app service has been deployed successfully. So this marks an end to this chapter. We will see next things in next videos.